Hello, my name is Fanfic Fanatic, and today I will be reading Hero Class Civil Warfare on AO3 by Rogue Druid. Summary: Heroes led by Bakugo, villains led by Midoriya. 7 days prep time, 3 days for Izuku Midoriya to show why they should be glad he's not a real villain. Chapter 1 Pre-game. 1 hour until the exam begins. The sounds of message notification interrupted the meeting the hero team was holding. Katsuki scowled and pulled his phone from his pocket, seeing a simple message pop up. A live streaming link sent to his phone from... Who the hell was this? He paused and tapped the link, throwing the feed to one of the screens in the room, drawing the attention of his classmates. The screen was covered in glitched-out static that slowly faded to black on red, a shape coalescing in the darkness. Soon, the shape, which many of them recognized as Midoriya Izuku, came into focus, though the details were still cast in deep shadows. He was wearing some sort of hat with 2 feathery shapes that looked similar to the bunny ears of his hero costume sticking off the sides. "Hello, heroes," came a low drawl, one that shocked most of Class 1A with its change from the usual nervous stuttering they were used to hearing. It was scratchy, almost dry sounding, but more important was the tone. It was cold, threatening in a way they had never heard from the ball of green sunshine they knew and loved. "I know you think you are prepared for me, that you think you are ready to fight me and my team." Ida, Kirishima, and Uraraka all glanced back to see a scowling Katsuki, eyes narrowed and focused, with Todoroki at his side. "By all means, come for me, hunt me, show me what you're made of." The silhouette leaned closer, revealing that Midoriya wore a firm-fitting face cast in the shape of a jester's smile. "Oh, and Kachan, or should I say Paragon?" Midoriya chuckled, voice childish and innocent. "I hope you're ready. This test is going to be explosive." The feed cut out. The rest of the hero team turned to look at Katsuki. He had 24 heroes from both Class 1A and B who had spent the last 5 days figuring out tactics and working on getting in sync. He had the heavy hitters of the school, the strongest, the best, and he would prove it. "Everyone go get suited up. Get ready," he called. "We'll crush them as soon as we get the go-ahead." 7 days before the exam. Classes 1A and B were gathered in the auditorium, mumbling and whispered questions flying back and forth. They stood huddled in groups, glancing up at the empty stage. The question on everyone's lips was about what they were there for. Was it about the recent capture of the hero killer? About the results of their internships? No one knew. Less than 2 weeks ago they had been under internships, but now, without any warning, they were gathered. Soon the sound of a whining microphone sent winces through the crowd. They looked up, seeing the small form of Principal Nezu standing before the students on the podium. For most of the students, it only added to their confusion, but the few students who had reason to interact with the principal felt chills run down their spines. "Welcome, classes 1A and B. It's a pleasure that you're all here today. Today is the start of one of our yearly exercises, the Class Civil War." This caused more murmurs, people whispering questions amongst themselves. In the middle of the crowd, Midoriya Izuku felt a flicker of recognition. He knew of this, but he couldn't place where he had heard of it before. He thought it was off hero training for him. Damn it! As you all know, a hero's job is to be wise, powerful and proactive against evil whenever they find it. But often you may find from the other side of the law possesses the same traits, and you must learn to adapt, to improvise, and overcome. Nezu was moving more empathetically with his words, silencing the crowd as they all focused on him. As such, we will have 2 teams, the leader of whom shall be chosen at random. However, the choice to be a hero or a villain is up to the rest of you. Do you wish to challenge yourself, to act in a new mindset as a villain, as a counterforce? Or do you wish to prove yourself as a hero, putting your potential into your dream? I can't wait to find out. Present Mike, if you please. With that, Nezu stepped off the podium and Present Mike took the stage. There were a few scattered cheers from the crowd at that, along with determined grins and intense stares. Now we shall choose the letters of the heroes and villains. These positions are locked and you must accept the role. Often circumstance is what leads to greatness or leadership. So shall it be here too. First, the leaders of the heroes. The Paragon, it is... The left side of the screen behind the podium flickered on, the faces of students flying past. Izuku felt his pulse race. Would it be him? Oh God, the nerves! The flickering faces began to slow, coming to a stop to reveal Bakugo Katsuki! President Mike yelled, gesturing for a prideful and demonically grinning Bakugo to take his place at the right side of the podium. Behind them, the image changed to a right crown animation, coming to rest on Bakugo's headshot, and the katana for Paragon appeared under his name. The assorted students looked interested, but some gave off the feeling of being less than enthused. That's important. Mark them down, just in case. And now for the villain, the Kingpin, the darkness who you will face against. The roll began again, flickering through faces. Suddenly, he felt a shiver go down his spine. He already knew what was going to happen. As the roll call slowed and the final picture appeared, he knew he was right. Midoriya Izuku! President Mike screamed at the world, fingers pointing straight at Izuku. Yes, there it was. Green hair with a black crown animated on the brow, red background behind him. The title of Kingpin across his torso, highlighted in glowing red katana, and a shy smile on his photo's expression. Without registering it, he had already made his way up to the podium. He felt like the world was glazed. Was he having a panic attack? No? Maybe. No. Just feels like a minor shock. Oh, fun. Good to know. Fuzz. President Mike was still talking, laying out a schedule for the next week. Tomorrow at midnight was the deadline to join a team. You had to have declared it to a teacher. Rooms would be set up for each team leader to plan and organize. A rule book would be provided after the meeting, and could the 2 leaders stay behind? The rest of the classes filed out, slowly growing louder as they talked and debated with each other. Izuku was drowning that out instead. Instead, he was having a crisis of faith. Should he truly try to be a villain? To go against his own deeply ingrained morals and aim to win? Or should he let the heroes, the position that he held so close to his heart, take the win without a fight? The meeting passed in a blur, Bakugo sneering and muttering curses as he listened to the rules. When Izuku was handed his copy, he began to focus once more. He picked up the basic perimeters, the words piercing through the haze of disassociation. The practical part of the exam was in 7 days and would have a 3-day time limit. Each team would have to be finalized and delivered to the teachers on Monday, 2 days from now. 5-day stretch was from Tuesday to Saturday, would have a lighter class load so teams could plan, coordinate, and ready themselves. With that, they were dismissed. Bakugo stormed out with a look on his face that screamed he was going to go recruiting. Izuku got up to follow, but as he left, President Mike caught his attention. "Hey, Midoriya, Izawa and Nezu want to talk to you. After all, you need to know your objectives." Wait, objectives? And that's a wrap for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in to my fanfic reading. I shall be trying to upload on a regular schedule on at least once a weekend, and maybe once or twice on the weekdays. Please note that the material I'm reading will not be 100% accurate, as I will be censoring any heavy swears. If you have any fanfic recommendations for me to read in the future, please tell me in the comments. That's all. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night.